In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create a gradient background using design software. Whether you're working on a project for digital use or print, this guide will walk you through the process, ensuring you create a stunning background. Let's dive in. First things first, you'll want to navigate to the File menu and select New. This will open a dialog where you can set the size and resolution of your background. For digital screens, a common size is 1920 by 1080 pixels, while print projects might require something like 300 pixels per inch for sharp output. Once you have these settings dialed in, it's time to consider your color mode. For digital projects, you'll want to use RGB, which is best for screens. If you're printing, switch to CMYK, which is optimized for print colors. Creating a new layer at this stage is optional, but highly recommended for non-destructive editing. In the Layers panel, click on the New Layer icon. This allows you to adjust your gradient later without affecting the background. Go ahead and rename this layer to something intuitive, like Gradient Background. Next, we need to select the Gradient tool. You can either press G on your keyboard or find it in the toolbar. As you look at the top of your interface, you'll notice a gradient preview. Clicking on this preview opens up the gradient editor, which is where the magic happens. Here, you can tailor the colors to your exact preference. When it comes to selecting your gradient's type and colors, you have a few choices. Look at the top bar and choose from styles like linear, radial, angle, reflected, or diamond. If customizing colors is what you need, click the gradient swatch to dive into the gradient editor. Add color stops by clicking beneath the gradient bar, and double-click each stop to adjust the colors. If a simple two-color gradient is your goal, choose a foreground and a background color, then select the preset that reads Foreground to Background. Now, it's time to apply the gradient. Click and drag on your canvas to determine where your gradient will start and end. For a linear gradient, simply click at your start point, drag to your end point, and then release. If you want to maintain specific angles, like horizontal or vertical lines, hold down the Shift key as you drag. When you release, the gradient will populate your layer. For adjustments and refinements, if you opted for a gradient fill adjustment layer, just double-click the gradient thumbnail in the Layers panel. This lets you tweak settings such as angle, scale, or colors. You can also blend your gradient with other layers by changing the blending mode or opacity. If you're worried about visible color stripes, also known as banding, consider adding a noise layer or enable dither in the gradient editor for a smoother transition. Finally, once you're satisfied, save your work. It's a good idea to save your file as a PSD, allowing for further edits down the line. If you're ready to share or print your background, export it as a JPEG or PNG for digital use, and TIFF or PDF for print projects. That's it. By following these steps, you'll create a professional-looking gradient background ready for any project.